So in our syllabus, what is expected is, I have already shown you on us, principles of accident prevention. So as far as the principles of accident prevention, there are a number of main principles by which we can reduce the occurrence of an accident. That is the main principle of accident prevention. Here you can find some of the major reasons for accident and accident prevention. One important step that we can do is that we have to identify hazards. Hazard means what are the dangerous things or what are the dangerous areas. So this is the first step, identifying the dangerous things or danger causing situations. This is the hazard. Now recognize the potential risk. Potential means possible. If there is a possibility of danger. For example, the grill is placed here. If some student is leaning, there is a possibility of danger. Identifying that, they have kept a grill there. So that such kind of things are the potential risk. Conduct regular inspection and assessment to identify if there is a potential risk. Potential means actually a possible or a future risk. That is the meaning of the word potential, possible or a future risk. Second point in that is that identify the risk assessment. What is the level of risk? For example, in the case of this window, if the same thing is at the ground floor, there is very little risk. But if it is at the first floor, the risk is increasing. If it is at the third floor, the risk is again increasing. So that is that aspect is coming under the risk assessment. How much severe an accident can be, how much life-threatening that accident can be. That will be coming under the second section, risk assessment. Evaluate the likelihood and impact. What is the possibility? What is the likelihood? How much possibility is there for a dangerous incident to happen? So that is known as a risk assessment. And we have to also identify the impact of a potential accident. So even if there is an accident is occurring, how much life threatening, or what is the possibility of death, or what is the possibility of a severe injury in the case of an accident? That will be coming under the second is the point known by the name risk assessment. Then second principle of accident prevention is implement safety measures. There are three different types of safety measures that normally we are using. One is engineering control. For example, modify the equipment or the work environment to eliminate a hazard. Because sometimes when we are using certain equipment, we have to use certain protective gear, protective dress or protective, for example, face mask or helmet. These are all protective gear that we are using. Similarly, in the use of certain equipment, there is a possibility of hand injury or eye injury. By using certain special structures, we will be able to reduce the potential of a hand injury or an eye injury or a head injury. Sometimes you can see that people in workplace are wearing helmet because their purpose is to reduce the chance of a head injury. So such kind of things are coming under the modify the environment or modifying the work environment. So this is actually part of engineering technique. Engineering means we will be designing and implementing new equipment so that the chance of an accident will be minimum. The second is administrative control. Establish policies, procedures and training to promote safe practices. For example, our government is saying that when you are driving a car, you have to put seat belt. So that is a part of an administrative thing. You have to wear helmet. That is also. Then similarly in the use of workplace, if you want to work in, for example, construction work, right? In a construction area, it is important that you have to always wear a helmet. So that is a no, administrative instruction which every employee is supposed to follow. So this will be coming under the administrative policies, and people should also be given regular training to make them aware of what will be the severity of an incident, what is the possibility of a accident to happen. So that will be coming under the administrative control. We will be making certain laws and policies so that everybody follows that laws, and there will be training will be given to all the staff members, and also so we will be creating a safe culture of safe practices. That will be the aim of administrative control. Then personal protective equipment. The best example is helmet is a personal protective gear. Then for example, if you are working in a hospital, sometimes there is a possibility of dangerous worms and dangerous viruses entering your body. So you, just like as in the case of corona, the doctors and nurses are using protective clothing. So these are all part of personal protective equipment. In the case of fire force, people, they will be using a fire resistant cloth, so to make them protect from the heat injury. So ensure appropriate personal protective equipment are available and used promptly. For example, in the case of a fire, if you have a fire extinguisher, if you have a fire resistant clothing nearby, it will be more easier to prevent a fire from reaching a dangerous level. But if those things are not available immediately, then it may take some hours for those things to come, then the fire may spread to a larger area. Then education and training, that is another aspect of the principles of accident prevention. Continuous training should be given. Regularly train employees on safety protocol and emergency procedure. What usually happens is that even if everybody knows that a certain behavior or certain activities can lead to accident, by usual practice, since we are doing it every day, we may feel that this is not really dangerous, I can manage, or this is something that is not going to happen. I am very intelligent, or I am very smart, I can manage. So this kind of thoughts are actually leading to many of the accidents. That is because everybody is know then every day if you are reading newspaper, you can see that many people have died by drowning in the water. Because all the people, they know that entering a water during a rainy season, or when the river is flowing at a faster speed, is always dangerous. But knowing that, they may think that I can manage, that this is not going to happen. That thought is what is leading to many of the accidents. So thereby, that is why continuous training is always needed. In every factory, every industrial complex, or every hospital, there should be a continuous training of employees so that they may have a sense of safety all the time. Then safety culture, foster an environment where safety is prioritized. We are giving first importance to the safety, and everyone is encouraged to report unsafe conditions. So that is another aspect is that, so that and for that safety culture, I think the relationship between employees is very important. If the relationship between different employees of a company is not very good, what usually happens is that many of these unsafe conditions may not be properly reported. So that happens in several factories, several companies, because of the improper interaction between management and the lower levels employee. What happens is that most of the time the lower level employees may be knowing that there is a dangerous situation there, and if they are not reporting it promptly to the higher authorities, that situation can put somebody in danger later. So this is also an important part of safety culture, that everybody reports when they come across some unsafe condition. Then another is that monitoring and reviewing. Monitoring and reviewing is a part of the incident reporting. In this of establish a system of reporting accident and near misses or near possibility of accident. So that is that, because what is the importance of is that even if the accident has not led to the death of any person, that should be reported and that should be catalogued, so that when during the training time we can bring out what was the possibility of an accident happening. So that is the importance of incident reporting. Then continuous improvement. Continuous improvement means regularly review and update safety procedures based on incident. For example, when one say, you might have noticed that when an airplane or is having an accident, usually team from Boeing or Airbus will be coming and they will be investigating thoroughly. They collect every small part of the airplane and then only they will make the analysis what is the real cause of the accident. So that kind of accident analysis or analysis of an incident is very important for preventing the future accident. So these are all part of accident prevention. Then emergency preparedness. What is our plan for dealing with an emergency? Develop and communicate clear emergency procedures. During an emergency, what we should all do. If a company doesn't have a plan, normally what happens is that if there is only one or two exit, everybody is running to that same exit, there will be overcrowding and that overcrowding can itself lead to the death of many people. So there should be a plan how to deal with an emergency, how an emergency evacuation should be conducted, what are the equipment, for example, if you have sufficient level of fire extinguisher or other kinds of things that can reduce the severity of an incident. These are all part of the emergency plan. Then drills and simulation. Conduct regular drills to ensure readiness. For example, if you go to certain countries like Japan or Taiwan, people there regularly have drills. Whether you are in a school, you are in an office, or you are in any institution, sometimes there will be earthquake drills. And what is the importance of that earthquake? Because nobody can predict when an earthquake will be coming. So in the case of earthquake, what you should do? So this is a kind of mock drill will be conducted. This mock drill will give the people an idea of what they are supposed to do in the event of an earthquake. So that is the advantage of conducting drills or mock drills or simulation. Imaginary simulation means we are actually recreating a real incident. That is the meaning of simulation. So these are some of the important things that we can do to prevent accident.